do better at next encounter against Isipathana at the Milo President's Trophy and hoping to win this time.
Finals select to Nabi. Anyare Milo Janadpati Sulani Anyare Isipathana and Gainam.
Good evening, Sri Lanka. Welcome to the Milo Trophy Knockout Finals here in Colombo at the Royal Complex. It's going to be an absolutely cracking final. That's all I can say. We're live on CSN all around Sri Lanka. Isipathana versus Trinity College. There's a lot of things to settle up between these two sides. No love lost at all, I have to say that. And between the whole story, it's the battle up front that's going to count so much today. Conditions, you can see the wind is very, very, very strong. So depending on the toss and which side they will go with, it's going to be an interesting factor to see who will settle down first. Trinity and Pathana both have international representatives, both colleges providing fabulous players for the under-19 just concluded, but Sri Lanka just lost out on promotion. But here we are today, all of that is forgotten. Everything comes down to the next 40 minutes, which is the first half, and which is the side that will settle down first. Which was the side that will dictate the order of play. That's the side, I think. I'm not too sure about the quality of fitness. There is no doubt about that, rather. But it's about how big is the heart, how much do they want to win. Is it Pathana or Trinity? You tell me. Live on CSN around Sri Lanka. Sit down, enjoy. This is going to be a cracking final. Everything to look forward to. Everybody around Sri Lanka from all corners sat down watching this Milo final because it really is a very, very serious cracking prospect, because the league meant that there was Trinity on top, but after a little bit of hoo-ha and some legal wrangling and a few things that went on, Pathana then actually won the league on a default. But at the end of the day, it comes down to points, and today it's a knockout, it's a final. It's an all-or-nothing theory, and on CSN Live around Sri Lanka, you're going to enjoy what is the best, the absolute summit of schools rugby. Unbelievable. Catch it, enjoy.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Well, the hoo-ha for the league is all over. It's about the knockout tonight, to this evening, and the side that is in front will of course lift the trophy, the President's Trophy 2012. As you can see on the screen, Isipathana College versus Trinity College. Number 1 and 2, these two schools has contributed immensely to this Sri Lankan rugby by way of producing players, coaches and referees. And it's a huge, huge game this evening. The humidity, it's hot. There'll be a lot of fluid. That'll be a lot of intake of fluid, I'm sure, by the players, spectators wise too. As can we see the two teams line up, that's a picturesque ground. That's the Isipathana card, Charuka prop forward, Sirivadana hooker, Disanaika the other prop, Veeraseka second row, Gomes prop second row, Silva the flanker, 17 years of age, a good future ahead. Dharmadas a flanker, Vimalchand the center, Suryaraj has come off, another 17-year-old. So there's a mixture of very youth in that side. Pereira fly off center, Hevagi the winger, Bandara prop forward, age 17 once again. 18, so they all can play next year. Karnataka prop forward, age 19. Prematilaka the winger, Chatusanka fullback, excuse me. That's the Isipathana, the green lineup. As you can hear in the background, the Trinity College school song being sung. As with the Trinity trio, Dharmasena, Alvis, Samarsekar, the flanker, another 17-year-old. Two flankers of the 17-year-olds being packed in both sides. Singha Laksana, Mother in the center. Somasri has come off. What a brilliant season he has had. Ratwata, the fly half, age 17, son of Ashan Ratwata, Udulagama, Karuna Tilaka. Same Ratna, the center, Giragama, Wadud, the scrum half that destroyed, the fullback that destroyed Royal College at the second leg Bradby. That's a TRI-NITY Trinity, the crowd, red, gold and blue. Massive crowd here this evening to watch two of the best schools to take the field this season. Live from Royal College Sports Complex, Colombo, Sri Lanka's premier sports network, CSN. That's a Trinity College hug. We huggle as we wait the match officials today. Good to see the referee Dean Imal returning from Dubai. Assisted by Dinka Piris, the Secretary of the Referee Society, Rohan Fernando, Anin Mangala, and the match commissioner, WTO Vijay Wansa. Those are your match officials for this evening. As you see, the league champions of 2012, Isipathana College, in their usual huddle, the hug, and all hands coming together to say, we will do it. That's the green team taking the field, at the same time Trinity taking the field. Get to see the officials as we hear the background, the fireworks. And my good mate Chandra Perra is here to enjoy the fireworks.
Well, it's about enjoyment, SW, and of course to welcome all of you around Sri Lanka. It is really a massive privilege to see these kids walk out, run out, because it's been a long layoff for A-levels, for international duty, and here they are now, absolutely peppered up for this final. Patana versus Trinity, no love lost between these two sides, Changa, because you know what happened with the league and the hoo-ha, and then Patana taking the league title after Trinity were declared the winners. Today, everything is going to be settled. There's kickoff. Fabulous. Nice, long, deep kick down inside the 22, and Trinity reply with interest. So it's going to be the wind factor, Shanghai, is a little bit of a telling story because there's been very strong wind. There you go. Patana deciding to run it straight back into a little bit of bother there. Looks like, was it in touch? The referee's got his touch judge, got the flag up. You can see the referee hasn't seen it yet. Play carries on. Does the touch judge keep his flag on or not? Let's have a look at this. The wind, there you go, that wind. To put that up didn't go anywhere. Good tackle. Touch judge still having his flag up, I think, Changa.
Yeah, he should have the flag up till the referee notice for an infringement. It must have been a foul play. I don't know which side.
I think it looked like a little bit of stamping. Trinity, a little bit of rushed kick. So here you go. Flag is still out. Touch judge. Now the referee waiting.
I thought he missed a knock on, but a good call by referee Nimal.
He's done that. Hang on. Now he's seen it. And he's just going to run across to the touch judge now. For those of you joining us on CSN Live, thank you very much for the company.
We got Pial with us. He's been very quiet, and he will give you description in Sinhala once the
referee's calling over the number 6 for Trinity. He's taking his book out. Is it a warning or is it a card? Oh, it's a yellow card early in the morning. No issues. Referee was very clear on what he wanted. Let's have a look at the replay as to why that was given. Touch judge was right on the button. He was about a couple of inches away, and whatever went on, I think it was a little bit of stamping or some sort of infringement, but no hesitation in the yellow card. So Changa, early morning penalty.
Early morning, I think discipline must come in, and the referees and the touch judges or assistant referees should stamp it early. That's a good call, and Trinity will pay for it by playing one shot.
Well, yes, so Patana now have to try and make sure they don't do very well with that one. They had a perfect opportunity And Trinity are now one short as well. So here's a wonderful start for the Patana side. Good scrum. Just outside the 10-meter line, you can see that dotted line, which is a 10-meter line. Trinity in Trinity's territory. So it's going to be interesting which side settles for scrum. Nice and soft, actually. Wasn't really too much of a clatter. Good wheel. Patana on fire. Changa.
Yeah, interesting on the wheel because it's 7 versus 8 in the pack, Sean. And at the same time, I think the referees must watch the deliberate wheeling because that kills the game. And it's a penalty for deliberately wheeling.
So you've got to try and measure all of that. These boys absolutely committed to try and see if they can bring honor for their college. Here's that scrum now. They're still trying to. That looks a little bit contrived, but referee calls it back. Just having a chat to Randika Alvis, Sri Lanka under-19 skipper. Did really well. Great honor for that young fella to lead his country. Disappointing, of course, when we came second on that last hurdle. Here's Patana now, not delaying. They take it quickly. It's quick ball for Patana. Not going anywhere. Good pressure from Trinity College. Recovered. All sorts of panic. Very, very scrappy ball. It's not going anywhere. And the Patana actually went back, Changa. They had a chance, but they just look at where they started and look at where they ended. Not very good ball.
Yeah, I know. I think the early pressure of the game, the final is telling on the players. And the Trinity player should have hacked it a bit more, deeper, rather than doing a very feeble kick there. And Patana really recovered.
Well, it seemed like that, Changa. I mean, it was a fair call in one sense because Patana were very, very keen to try and get that ball over the line, or at least try and get through that defense. But in the rush, it seemed like too much of a rush, really. Here you go, Trinity trying to just get out of their territory. Long kick down into the Patana 20-meter area, just outside the 22. Good pressure from Trinity as well. They're in numbers. Here they go.
That's a good recover from the deep down long kick by Trinity.
Oh, terrible hands, terrible hands. And that is a big letdown, given all of the hard work that those forwards did getting up with that ball. Unfortunately, unable to hold on to it. I think it was the Trinity centre.
He should have caught it.
Kulatilaka, was it? He should have caught it. It seemed like a difficult pass, but nevertheless, there's no excuse for that ball not being caught. Have a look at it again. Yes.
Oh, that's the 5.5, Ratwata.
That's Ratwata. Sorry, I gave Kulatilaka a little bit of a bad rep early in the morning. Here's Patana now on the break from that scrum. Oh, good continuity. Nicely done. There you go. Good ball now. Still on with the big forward. Oh! It seems like Patana are really rushing that ball, Changa. They just don't seem to be settling. It's all over the place. They just need to calm it down, slow it down a little bit. But there's plenty of fire in that belly.
Generally, the Greens are trying to keep the pace up. Look at the brilliant run on the cap. He should have offloaded much better. Trinity has a chance of recovering.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's very early days yet, but both sides really quite anxious, very nervous, not settled at all. It's not structured play in any sense of the word. It's just helter-skelter, just trying to get the ball as wide as possible, quick as possible, trying every little thing in the book.
Trinity recovers from the punt.
Here's a chance now. Pressure tackle there. And you give it away in the end, no choice.
They had the ball and Isipathana forwards were really fast in the quick and fast to the breakdown point and didn't allow the Trinity boy to move around.
So good pressure from Patana there. Earned them that penalty and they've nominated the sticks. So first chance at the sticks is for Patana's kicker. And Pierre's going to give you a little description right now.
පළවෙනි විනාඩි කිහිපය තුළම විශේෂයෙන් ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායමට ඉතාමත් ඉහළ වාසියක් ලැබුණා. ක්‍රීඩකයන් 14 දෙනෙකුගෙන් දැන් ත්‍රිත්ව විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම ක්‍රීඩා කරන්නේ. නමුත් ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී ඔවුන්ට මීටර 10ක් 15ක් විතරයි යන්න තිබුණේ ලකුණු වාර්තා කරන්න තරගයේ පළමුව. ඒ අවස්ථාව මගහරව ගත්තා. ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම තරගයේ වේගවත්ව පවත්වා ගන්නට ප්‍රබල උත්සාහයක් යෙදෙනවා. ඒ වේගය නිසා බොහෝ විට ඔවුන්ගේ පන්දුව පාලනය කිරීම නැත්නම් බෝල් හැන්ඩ්ලින් ඒතරම් උසස් මට්ටමක තියෙන බවක් පෙන්වුම් කරේ නැහැ පළවෙනි භාගය තුළ. දැන් ඉතාමත් හොඳින් ඔවුන් තරගයට අවතීර්ණ වී සිටිනවා.
Yes, thank you very much, Pial. And there you go, Pathana. Slot that one quite nicely. Not too difficult, just outside the 22. So Pathana on to the scoreboard first. 3 points from that penalty. Gives them a little bit of confidence, hopefully. And perhaps confidence for them to settle down and start to play their brand of rugby. But now with a chance for Trinity, still down to 14. And that's a huge disadvantage. First thing when you kick off means that you've got to try and make up that number, especially in the pack. And they've come second on 2 occasions. So here you go. Here's Ratwata with the restart. Nice hung ball, beautiful. And neatly tapped back as well, but there's nobody there. Pathana recover. I think the ball's gone into touch earlier on. So for those of you watching, thank you very much for the company live on CSN. And as we speak, it's been a scorching day here in the city by the sea. But then suddenly, at about sort of 3:40, 3:45, the dark clouds started bubbling up around the stadium. Colombo is all dressed up for the occasion. So is the Royal Stadium. Very scrappy ball there. Not straight. Deliberate, says Denimal.
I think it was a call for closing the gap.
Closing the gap. Ratwata takes the, at least the scrum half does. Somasuri does. He has such a good season, Somasuri. In fact, this Trinity line is outstanding. So is the Pathan line for that matter. So both back rows outstanding players, committed. Nothing left to chance. Good drive, Trinity. But stolen. Turnover ball. Excellently done by Pathana on the deck there.
That's going to be very crucial, the turnover balls.
Looping kick because you can see the wind. Wadud. Nice little chip over the top. Pressure for the Pathana. Oh! That is beautiful. Try time. A gift.
A gift. A lottery.
He was just loafing around. He didn't think anything of it. But the Pathana boy made an absolute mishmash, complete mashed potato out of that one. Let's have a look at this one. Here he is. Perfect ball. And then what does he do with that? What happened? And the ever vigilant winger for Trinity says, thank you very much. What a gift. What a little dream come true. Oh, dreadful error. Changa, that is really a very, very serious error. Tried to rush the kick for no reason or rhyme, as they say. Why would you do that? Has all the time in the world. It's his conversion, and he tries to rush it. I think he thought he was playing sevens or something. Just tried to drop kick it and run back. Why did he do that? And he missed the 2 points. Could be critical at the end of the, the day.
Oh, yes.
ශාන් අතරම උත්සාහකදිනම වාර්තා කරන තම try එක ලබා ගැනීම ඇරෙන්නට ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී කිසිවක් සාර්ථකව සිද්ධ කරේ නැහැ කිසිම ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ඉස්පාතන විද්‍යාලීය වින්ත්‍රි ක්‍රීඩකයා ලැබුණු පන්දුව රඳවා ගත්තේ නැහැ ඒ හොරකම් කරගත්ත ට්‍රිනිටි කණ්ඩායමේ වින්ත්‍රි ක්‍රීඩකයා දර්ශන උඩගම ඔහු ඒ උත්සාහක දිනුමක් බවට පත් කළා නමුත් ඉතාමත් ලෙහෙසි පහසු ප්‍රවර්තනය නැත්නම් කන්වර්ෂන් එක අසාර්ථක කරගත්ත ත්‍රිත්ව විද්‍යාලීය කණ්ඩායම ලකුණු ලැබුණත් ක්‍රීඩාව දෙසින් රග ක්‍රීඩාව දෙසින් බලද්දී තරම් යහපත් දර්ශනයක් නෙමෙයි පෙන්눔 කළේ.
Absolutely, Pial. That is very, very poor from Trinity College. The coach will certainly have words. There you go, players all over the place. And here's another opportunity. That ball is free, but the referee says come back. He's seen the earlier infringement. Terrible error of judgment from the kicker. I'm not too sure who took the kick for Trinity College, but really very, very poor thinking, and I hope it won't come back and punish them.
Very interesting replay, Sean, on that, whether there was a knock forward or a kick was charged. Oh, that's very doubt. Was it charged down or was it?
Well, he didn't look like he didn't look like it was a deliberate ball. He just put his hand up and he was part of the charge down in that sense. But then the referee's interpretation was that it was a knock-on.
Knock-on.
So he's given the scrum to Isipathana. Pretty ugly scrum there. Front rows both going down, dipping their shoulders. It's not going to be any love lost in that front row, Changa. The heat is going to be intense, and both sides. Of course, now the rule is very clear. It's touch, set, and that's it. It's just 3 calls as opposed to the original 4.
Not today. I don't think it's today.
Okay.
All right. There's a penalty for Trinity. That'll be interesting whether he will take a quick drop kick.
I hope not. I just hope not. Is he going to nominate the sticks? Yes, he has done. There he is. He should really get his kicking tee, compose himself, and try and get this 3 for. So at least trying to get 3 more points. It puts them 8 points to 3 in front of Pathana. It would have been 10 points had he slotted the conversion, which was as easy as anything.
That's Tisala Karuna Tilaka.
Karuna Tilaka really, great things were expected of him when he played for Sri Lanka under 19. Didn't quite pull it off. Had a cracker of a season for Trinity, and here he is now. Has he curled it round? Oh, yes, yes. So he's made up. That's, of course, depending on what angle you are looking at. Karatilaka converts, and that is 3 for, so 8 points to 3, and PR with the description.
තිසර කරුණාතිලක ලැබුණු දඩුවම් පහර සාර්ථක කරගැනීමත් එක්ක 8 වන ලකුණ වාර්තා කරනවා ත්‍රිත්ව විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම 3යි 8යි විනිශ්චයකාරවරුන් නැත්නම් සහාය විනිශ්චයකාරවරුන් තීරණය කළා ඒ ලකුණු ලබා ගැනීමක් බව ලකුණු 3ක් දඩුවම් පහර සාර්ථක වුණු බව යනුව 8යි 3යි ලකුණු තත්වය ත්‍රිත්ව විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම ඉදිරියෙන්.
Good hanging ball. Pretty forward. Take it up front. Can he get the ball cleanly out?
Well,
Referee Mahal has the advantage.
It's 13 minutes gone. Pathana penalised for going over the top and killing the ball. Now it's 15 minutes gone, hopefully the first quarter of the game. And neither side has settled down, Chang. Okay, we've had some points scored, but really there's no side taking absolute control, calming it down.
දඩුවම් පහර ලබාගත් ආකාරය පිළිබඳ අපිට පුනරූපණයක් ලැබුණොත් බලන්නට හැකියාව ලැබෙවි. එය කිසියම් ආකාරයක සැකයක් සහිතව තමයි ලකුණු තුන ලබා ගත්තේ.
That's true. If you get a replay of that conversion, it looked like it was very well. At least it curved in. I'm not too sure, but if you can see a replay, here's Trinity now coming in on a very special pre-planned call to that line out. They've gone back again. Referee is unsighted. Pathana already. It's a short line. Trinity is called. So what are they doing? What's going on? There's a huddle.
Or is the sin bin player back on the field? Or was he? He was on before the penalty was taken, right?
He was, but I'm not too sure why everything's been stopped. They'll probably try and get a word from the match official. But in the meantime, Dinamal's called, the referee has called short line out. Has Trinity nominated? Yes, they've got it sorted out. Nice ball. Not a very good pass from the scrum half. Somasiri. Kick also perfectly placed, giving the Pathana full back a good run, good gain from him.
Good call by Dinamal. The tackler must move away, must release. He cannot be on the ground and play the ball. Good call by the referee.
So the referee gets it right, and it's a combination of things. There's a player on the deck, obviously got clattered in the process. Let's have a look at it. Here he is, the fullback. Player just holding on. That was why the penalty was given. Pathana get a chance to go down the park. A fairly decent kick from them. Moves them closer to the Trinity 22. You can see they're just outside the 22. And oh dear, there's a player being stretched off already. So 8-3 at 16 minutes gone here. The CSN Milo Trophy final live around Sri Lanka. Wherever you're watching these pictures, hope you're enjoying, hope you're sat at home enjoying the best of schools rugby, the knockout rugby finals. Pathana, good take. Nice ball, clean, hands, cut out pass, back in for a setup. Where are the forwards? Where's the support play? Nice little pop pass. Good preset move as well, but stolen in the air. Referee says nope. Oh, that did bounce off his head. People were screaming and shouting.
Interesting call, interesting call.
Well, yes, I mean, if you can look at the replay, we'll see as to whose infringement it really was. It's been given to Pathana, but Trinity, you can hear the supporters going, oi! Have a look at it, here it is from the other angle. The ball's passed back. Well,
Oh,
perfectly legal, mate.
yep.
In the meantime, Pathana have broken. Oh, again, a little bit of urgency, misplaced entirely, and cost Pathana dearly. They were advancing beautifully, making some good inroads, and then look at that. The player, all he had to do was just collect the ball cleanly, but he just took his eyes off the ball, looked at the player in front, lost sight of it, and gives away the scrum. Unfortunately, Pathana squandering a perfect opportunity. Changa?
Use your hand, not the fingers.
That's
Use your
it.
hand. That's a basic.
So Trinity ball now and a chance for them to get out of jail. Oh, risky! Unbelievable! Has he got over the line? Just short, inches short. Has he scored? Yes, he has.
That's right.
Pathana strike, absolute venom. And they score from nowhere. Trinity's ball from the number 8 was an atrocious pass back, not looking at anybody in particular, and they pay the price.
Definitely. Let's have it from the man of the hour.
Pial, have a look at this. That was, of course, that was the finish. Good take and drive. Good try. All you need is a ball on the line, and on the line is try, and that was it. But if you go back and see the initial mistake from that scrum ball that Trinity won, and the number 8, what was he thinking? On his own line, trying to just lob a back pass, and got into all sorts of bother. Pial,
කොවින්ද විමලචන්ද්‍ර තමයි උත්සාහක දෙනු වාර්තා කරපු ක්‍රීඩකයා. ඊට පස්සේ මෙන්න දැන් එය ගෝලයක් බවට පත් වෙනවා. යනුව තවත් ලකුණු 7කින් ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම ඉදිරියට යනවා 10ට 8ක් ලෙස. චන්ද්‍රශාන්ත තරගය පුරාවටම ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම ඇත්තටම ත්‍රිත්ව විද්‍යාලයට වඩා ඉදිරියෙන් හිටියා මේ වන තෙක් තරගයේදී. නමුත් ඔවුන් පන්දු හැසිරවීම බෝල් හැන්ඩ්ලින් සෑම විටම ඔවුන්ට ප්‍රශ්න ගෙන දුන්නා. එසේ නොවන්නට මීට වඩා ලකුණු රැස් කරන්නට අවස්ථා බොහෝමයක් ලැබුණා ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායමට.
True, Pial. It all comes down to being calm, being sensible, doing your job, doing the simple things right. And that's what Pathana aren't at the moment, although they've scored a very good try. Oh! Look at that. Beautiful from Trinity College. Good ricochet, perfect, at pace. Wonderful to see the big lads running. There we go.
Once again, they showed vulnerability with the high ball, a bad ball coming out from a ruck situation. Very nice set-up ball. I can't understand what the scrum half is doing.
It was a dreadful pass. I'm not sure what he was thinking. That ball went to dirt very quickly. You can see there's still a huge amount of nervous energy being dispelled, Changa, and they're just not getting it right, not getting it clean, not keeping it simple.
Pial was absolutely right, Sean. If you see the stats, it's a 2-point difference, but I think Isipathana has dominated play at the breakdown points, at the tackle situations, and it's just that their handling has left it down. Trinity, on the other hand, and I think the high ball too, that's the pack. Trinity about 5 kilos, Isipathana 5 kilos, bigger.
Well, yes, interesting to
Heavier.
see. 690 kg versus 685. Trinity giving away 5 kg to the Pathanians. So that would tell in the last quarter, I'm sure. But we'll wait and see. I see the Pathanians got even bigger impact players on the bench. High ball just gone out to touch. You can see a few people there on the roof. I think they are there as guardians of the ball kicked onto the roof. So Randhik Alvis has to try and make sure that his pack leader, no doubt. Khanil Seniratna is a skipper for Trinity College. It's a big job on his hands to try and motivate his side. Oh, Again, very, very scrappy line out. Could have gone either way. Good pressure from Patana. Stolen. Turnover. You need to release that ball. Okay, there you go now. Here's a chance. Patana decided to run the short side. It's about pressure thinking that really matters. Have you done that in practice? If you haven't done it in practice, chances of you doing it during the match are fairly slight. So here's Patan again. Good ball, wide. Running their 3/4. First phase. There's a chance. And a rushed kick into touch. They're trying to take the quick throw. No, they won't. A little bit of chat going on. Always good to see. It's a pressure game.